Obviously, this project is a derivative of my first two films. But what really precipitated this project, I was supposed to do a third film called Follow No Man, in which I had formulated the screenplay to do. But after my second film, Death of a Tree, it was really a motivating force that got me to do this third film, because I wasn't quite happy with the reviews. And after reading the reviews, it had a sort of a very strong personal impact on me psychologically. So this human approbation, it really made me dig deep into my soul, see my pride relative to my creativity, and it made me really reflect on why I create art. Do I create art for, critical acclaim, for human approbation? Why do I create art? And this really made me dig deep, because I was very, 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 very pleased with Death of a Tree, but yet the negative reviews had, like I said, a very negative psychological effect on me. After reading the reviews of Death of a Tree, I started to formulate a film which is actually a derivative of the reviews from Death of a Tree. And I started to write it down that same day, and I actually wrote the rough draft for Critical Acclaim in one afternoon after coming back from New York after the premiere of Death of a Tree. It was a rough draft. I had to fine-tune it after that, but it really was unequivocally the pain that I had to endure from the negative reviews for Death of a Tree. And that was really the compelling force that helped me create Critical Acclaim. And I thank God. So that it was really a change, because I wanted to do another film, but this film just was sort of cathartic for me to do. Very, very important for me to do. There's a lot of, and it's a very unique film too, because it deals with a filmmaker and his fall, his descension into passions that are contrary to a good life. And so I really wanted to tell this story. I want to show God's mercy, to have hope, and I also believe it's a story that we have to be pure, and we artistically pure, and do have a vision, follow through on the vision, and regardless of how people view you, or is to pursue that vision and be true to self, and be happy with your creativity, and not worry about how other people view your work. So be true to yourself, maintain your vision, persevere, and also I think it shows also the mercy of God that this person, displayed his frail nature, he does come around at the end. He does see there is a purpose to keep hope alive. Hope artistically alive, hope spiritually alive. I mean, that's I think a key component of this film. Hope. Hope spiritually, hope artistically, and maintain and follow through on your artistic visions. Well, obviously, with the key collaborators, I was looking for people that sympathized with the project, that had the same feelings about the project as I did, that had the vision. I wanted people on board that believed in the vision. And that's why, I'm so pleased to have somebody like Robert Finaro, who's a great actor, and more so than anybody, he really embraced the character of Johnny Boy. And so it was very important to bring people on board that believed in the vision that I had. So that was probably the main aspect of the people that I brought on board. They were very, very, they identified with my vision. They believed in it, and they supported me. And so when we were shooting the film, pre-production, shooting the film, post-production, from the production team to the editor to pre-production, everybody essentially was on board with my vision. So I think that was very, very important. There wasn't, when I was shooting the film, directing, there wasn't much contradiction. There was just a lot of collaboration, people giving me good input on how to go forward. I know on my second film, Death of a Tree, there was a lot of antagonism on set, which, it can work, but for some reason on this film there was a lot of collaboration. There was a lot of equanimity, I should say. So that was a good thing. Yeah, I think the impact this film will have is that, you know, I believe it's actually a very powerful message to any artist that whether they're painters, they're musicians, filmmakers, poets. But the other thing is also that people come out of this film saying that, I'm frail. Because the protagonist in this character is a very frail individual. And if he's a fallen soul. I mean, he's an alcoholic. He's got a gambling addiction, alcohol addiction. He's suicidal. He's got sex. He's pimping. Has sexual relationships with a girl that is younger than him, that is in the sex trade. So he's not this quote this type of character that we would look up to in a sense, but he's real. He's frail, and through this film, you'll see that this human frailty there is hope. That God is a very merciful God. That in spite of our weaknesses, in spite of our frailties, our human frailties, the greatest attribute that God has is His mercy and love for mankind, and that's why I wanted to show this character as a very fallen character, because I want people to look at this character and identify with him and say, wow, this character is like me in many respects. Well, I know people like this character. And, not to judge, but to show God as a loving, merciful God. And that people come out of this film with hope. They can look at their life from a different perspective to see not only their creative vision, but their vision for a better place and a better time. When we're done passing through this world is very temporal, and the spirit is eternal. And hopefully, people will ponder eternity and purpose. Why they do in life what they do? What is the ultimate purpose of life?
Look un giorno tu lo comprenderai.